Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the
I'm only
balance in
soft when I like somebody. The rest of y'all get this gangster shit, bitch.
Our antennas, and we not saying dreadlock no more. We realize, like, no, these aren't dreadlocks. These are your antennas. These are your coils. But the beings who enslaved the planet, they don't like these because they give us an advantage. We are electricity. So when you got ether, you got an advantage, especially when it's coiled. Especially if you know that. It gives you a spiritual advantage. You're going to be more intuitive than an individual with nothing on their head at all. I don't give a fuck how much they know. The longer your ether is, the more intuitive you will be. Especially if you are aware. But if you're not aware, your ether could be down your ass. It don't matter because you ain't on that frequency, so you don't know. You hear somebody say dreadlocks, you already know what frequency they on. Why would you call your antennas what your oppressor named them out of fear? To make you not want to use your weapons. Because it all starts with knowledge, information, wisdom, right? The locks isn't just a trend anymore. They was a trend years back with Lil Wayne. It was trending then. This ain't no trend no more. Most people that's getting into their locks again, they coils, they doing it because they on a spiritual journey.
Watch this real quick.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Okay, Joe, since you want to take it there, we can take it there. Today we're going to talk about the dark history of the Democrats. Now before I start, I want to let you know that I have no bias against anybody. You do what you want, you believe in what you want. And no, I do not identify with any political party. I'm just stating the dark history. Mutilation, whipping, drowning, castration, buck breaking, terrorism, and torture. 246 years went by before y'all even got involved in that. Y'all remember that terrorist group Ku Klux Klan? Founded by Nathan Bedford Forrest, who was the Grand Wizard and a Democrat. Didn't Eric Foner, a Democrat, argue that the KKK was a military arm of Democratic Party in the South? Y'all want to know who wasn't a Democrat? Abraham Lincoln, a Republican, who passed laws that said we are not slaves, we deserve the right to be citizens, and we have a right to vote. Now what political party voted against this? Democrat. Didn't bro assassinate Abraham Lincoln? He sure as heck wasn't a Republican. I see when y'all don't get y'all way, y'all start to get dangerous. After black people were freed, they went on the Republican side because they knew what was going on with the Democrats. So y'all started to terrorize them. Y'all remember that trial deciding whether or not we had the right to be citizens? Didn't all y'all decide and vote to say we wasn't? Y'all put this man's face on a $20 bill. A Democrat who enforced the Indian Removal Act in the 1830s, expelling Native Americans out of their homes. Wasn't majority of the southern states Democrats? Didn't y'all identify y'all as the white man's party? Didn't y'all enforce Jim Crow policies? Democrats use intimidation tactics to suppress black voters. Literacy tests, poll taxes, protests against us even trying to vote, owning property, and then when y'all got cool with us starting to vote, didn't the Democratic president say he'll have us voting for the next 200 years? Oh yeah, he put that N-word in there too. There go your boy, sitting with him, devising tactics to get the black people in the Democratic Party. So here's the list. Defended slavery, started the Civil War, oppressed Reconstruction, founded the Ku Klux Klan, imposed segregation, and fought the Civil Rights Act. Oh yeah, don't forget about that too. Alien corpses have been revealed in Mexico. This alien is 1,000 years old. They found the remains in Cusco, Peru. The DNA samples are not part of our genome. They also said the alien has eggs inside of its body. X-rays of the specimen was also presented during the hearing, which experts testified under oath claimed showed that one specimen had what appears to be eggs or ovaries, while the other had implants made of a rare metal such as osmium. I'm seeing a lot of people say they is not believing this. If it's really that tall, I don't know. Like, I'm a firm believer that aliens exist. I know there are. We are not the only people in this entire universe. 1,000 years ago, humans were still on Earth. Also, I don't think that they would leave, any extraterrestrial that is intelligent wouldn't leave their remains of their, family on a planet that they don't live on. Maybe they were put here because they did something bad on their planet and they just got dropped off. I just think the introduction of aliens being more integrated into our society shouldn't start off with them disrespecting remains, if it even is remains. Like, y'all need to come get y'all family. Like, me personally, I live in Nevada. I have seen UFOs in the sky. I have videos of them. If they didn't want this to be shown, they would have instantly took back the remains. Same situation when the aliens shut down the atomic bombs that they was about to set off in the 1900s. Highly advanced. Maybe the alien was reduced to that size because of the vibration it was at. I don't know if it probably snuck through the firmament or anything. But I feel like they low-loking us with this discovery. I've been looking at this alien for a minute now, and it's like, how is it so accurate to what they've been showing us in movies. Like, and this is what I've been saying throughout time. They have been getting us prepared for what they actually look like and what's actually going on through the media. Like, why is y'all over here showing us corpses and stuff? Like, we know that y'all are in contact with aliens. We know that they're in our government. We know that y'all have more than what y'all are showing us. They're showing eggs, and they had this since 2017. If they've had this since 2017, and they say it's eggs in there, if they can grow an entity that closely resembles an earthly human embryo without using sperm, eggs, or a womb, they are already trying to cook something up with that DNA in that laboratory. And if they do show one, it's kind of hard to believe because we already know that they know how to make these things in labs. They're literally making clones. They're making all types of stuff. Y'all stay dangerous.
It's not natural for you to get up and go to work. That's not natural. Niggas built pyramids and entire civilizations and had streets paved of gold without no banking system. Yeah. So we have to understand, this matrix is meant to drain you spiritually. Even when you say money, currency, currents of electricity. Each dollar is symbolic to a thought. Numbers are infinite. So if you value something that has a numerical imprint, then it's an infinite level of your soul that I can take from you. So if you think a dollar is less than $1 million, then you'll do anything for $1 million. Mind you, you're ignorant to the fact that it costs the same amount to print the $100 bill as it does the $1 bill.
The Wheatland Plantation in Sevierville, Tennessee. The builder of this plantation was a Freemason and built it directly on top of a giant geode. If you don't know what a geode is, go ahead and Google it.
Let's Google it. This is what a geode looks like. It's basically a crystal.
But it was in an attempt to attract energy and to keep it there. Remember that throughout this story. The story starts out with a Revolutionary War veteran named Timothy Chandler purchasing this property in 1719. He then passed it on to his son, John Chandler. The plan was to make this the biggest wheat plantation in the country, and they made sure that they did that. This plantation was pumping out wheat, honey, and whiskey at an exponential rate. This property is actually in a section of this town called the Great Indian Warpath. So John decided he was going to go to war with natives, Cherokees to be exact. He of course won the war because he had more up-to-date modern technology than them. He then decided to bury the bodies of the native in his backyard. This place was the war ground for the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. And they have over 28 Cherokee natives buried in the back of this place. As reported today, there was a whopping 70 murders of native and enslaved people and some of the occupants that owned this house. One of the occupants that used to own this home killed his father, and the blood will not come up. And the murder scene is played over and over in this home.
Y'all, wait a minute. Telling me that they was using crystals back then to attract energy and hold energy there, hold the slaves there? Y'all, that is crazy. Just to prove that they knew about magic and knew how to do certain things that made us forget who we are, aka why they stopped letting us celebrate our own religions and tried to indoctrinate us into Christianity. This video is also going to show you exactly what they've been doing, the rituals they've been doing, trying to mess with us.
Apparently my ancestors were so aggressive and would rather die than get on that ship. I mean, yeah, me too. And so they were forced to drink out of this well, which was a concussion, jazz, and they would lose their memories and get less aggressive. This was a script they were forced to recite before getting on the ship. Watch out for part 2.
That they had to recite certain things before they got on the boat and drink a concoction from a well. This is all the hidden history, you know, things that wasn't taught to us in school.
One thing they're going to always do is pander to the black community. And the way that they're using black women right now to rally behind somebody who's not even a black woman is absolutely diabolical to me. Especially given the fact that Kamala said out of her own mouth that she will never do anything that's exclusively for black people. But then she went on a whole nother debate and gave at least 7 things that she would do for immigrants. If you don't believe me, let's go through some of the clips right now.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country.
So you're not going to do anything that only benefits black people? So that would include reparations, right? Because that's something that will only affect us as black Americans, but that's something that we deserve. So whether we deserve it or not, whether those laws are needed for us specifically or not, you're not going to do it because you feel like all laws will benefit black people. No matter what laws you put in place, black people will also get something from that. And you're talking to black Americans about laws benefiting us? But she didn't stop there. She went on a debate and she gave all of these reasons and all of these things of what she would do for immigrants. So let's watch that.
What specifically would you do with the thousands of people who try to reach the United States every day and want a better life through asylum?
Immediately on January 20th of 2021, I will, first of all, we cannot forget our DACA recipients, and so I'm going to start there. I will immediately, by executive action, reinstate DACA status and DACA protection to those young people. I will further extend protection for deferral of deportation for their parents and for veterans who we have so many who are undocumented and have served our country and fought for our democracy. I will also immediately put in place a meaningful process for reviewing the cases for asylum. I will release children from cages. I will get rid of the private detention centers. And I will ensure that this microphone that the President of the United States holds in her hand is used in a way that is about reflecting the values of our country.
So she can easily list off 7 things that she will do for immigrants, but tell us that she's not going to do anything that only benefits black people. And it's black people that's standing behind her and rallying behind her. So all of a sudden things are going to change. All of a sudden she's going to have a change of heart and she's going to want to do stuff for black people. I'm just very confused because just a couple of months ago, y'all was saying no reparations, no vote. Just a couple of months ago, y'all was saying if it don't benefit us and if these people are not making promises to the black community, you're not voting for them. It's very strange how all of a sudden y'all have switched up completely. And this lady is not black. She's Asian and Jamaican. She's not a black American. So it makes sense why she wouldn't do anything exclusively for black Americans because she's not one herself. Am I saying go vote for Trump? No. Am I saying go vote for Kamala? No. Am I saying go vote for anybody else that might pop up within the next couple of months? No. What I am saying is research these people. Don't just rally behind somebody just because of the color of their skin, because we know through history that hasn't done anything for us. Look deeper into things and don't just allow other people to choose for you or to make you think that you're here to save democracy, because it's not black women's responsibility to save shit, especially when ain't nobody ever came to our defense.
On this, motherfuckers think when you turn conscious, the world becomes some fairy tale place that you can just float around and ride on your motherfucking unicorn Pegasus horse. No, this shit become harder. See? They think you think the world get better and life get easier because you know, nigga, this shit get harder. It get more depressing. Your anxiety get more higher, motherfucker. Them holidays get a little bit more harder. You thought Christmas was bad because you was broke. Imagine Christmas being bad because you broke and you know it's a celebration of Lucifer and you gotta watch your whole family partake in this. You thought Valentine's Day was bad because you couldn't buy your girlfriend or buy your boyfriend the motherfucking gift they wanted. Imagine going to Valentine's Day and your partner is expecting something from you, but they don't know that this shit is based on pedophilia and Cupid is the little Eros from Greek, which was the national symbol of eroticism. Imagine that. So this shit don't get better. It get harder. It get harder. You thought the government was bad before. Imagine knowing that these motherfuckers, the government is influenced by the bankers. And the governors and their campaigns is paid for by the banks. Huh? And these charities that's ran by the Catholic Church. So the motherfuckers that's doing the motherfuckers that's doing the majority of the crime and the sex trafficking ain't gonna never go to jail because they ain't gonna never investigate themselves. Imagine knowing that. Imagine knowing that people in this world think that voting and donations is going to stop terroristic behavior because they too ignorant to know the only way to stop evil is by force, because everything else is just you asking the evil to stop itself. Imagine knowing that. Imagine knowing that it's 1% of the world that control everybody be a stupid shit, and you trying to get motherfuckers to stop arguing stupid shit. You trying to get different communities to stop having race problems because the people at the top is implementing race problems to keep y'all blaming each other for the issues that they really created. Huh? Imagine that. Imagine motherfucker being in the world and you see homeless people and before you thought it's just because they didn't work hard enough or they fucked up somewhere in life, but now you realize it's because it's a billionaire, trillionaire white person somewhere who then stole land and got so much money that they don't give a fuck about if somebody else got somewhere to live, even though it's enough room for them to do so. And if you build them a house for free or try to help them for free, your ass gonna go to jail for tax evasion. So imagine knowing that we live in a world where we literally can't help each other if we wanted to, because we gonna go to jail for doing shit outside what the government say we could do.
Chapter 22, verse 16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto thee these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Come on, Jesus. We know who you are now. We pull the covers off of Jesus. Come on, sweet Lucifer. Go ahead. So all you Christian motherfuckers. This is Revelations chapter 22, verse 16, where Jesus calls himself the morning star. And all in your dictionaries, you hear the word Lucifer means bright morning star. But of course, your scholar, your Christian scholar will say, well, he's a little deluded. He knows not what he talks about. It's written there. You keep telling me to see the word. The word is written, and the word is written specifically, and you have to take each word, and each word is the truth. It's the word of God. So why are you interpreting it? Our giving praises to our ancestors was not worshiping our ancestors. A person of higher elevation in science does not worship something that they know they already are. They connect with it, and they form certain rituals that represent the dynamics of that which was the becoming of themselves. So the process of their becoming and the process of the mind of God involving itself and meditating upon that involved self, the process then becomes, in an external form, a ritual that we do. So all ritual of melanated peoples is basically the ritual of how the mind of God contemplated on itself to create itself. And we go through dance, we go through song, and dance and song essentially is action and the word was God and the word was with God. It is dynamic, it is prolific, it is also cold, it is also indrawing. So all of the rituals that we did as melanated peoples were to emulate what we knew intrinsically to be our own historicity from the beginning, what that word means, and then how we have sojourned through matter to spiritualize it. And all of the pain and suffering we feel is basically how God feels while it's going through the birthing of its own knowledge of self. Most of the New Age are culturecidal fascists because they go and they learn from the shamans, they steal from the Native Americans, they go to the Africans and they tell you all about the fact that these little loincloth wearing people, and they come and they give you these $1,000 seminars. European man told me, nothing spiritual ever came out of Europe.
But your particular karma is, it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to follow you depending on that. And that's the thing about karma. The thing is, we have to know that the people who are attacking us, they tell us through the movies, through stories, through the news, through just in the music, everything. They tell us what they're going to do. And the reason why the Illuminati tells us what they're going to do is that they circumvent that thing called karma. Because once they tell you, they cannot have a karma. You have the ability to counter it. So they will have to tell you all of their strategies. It's just that we are so distracted that they're not paying attention. Whatever your particular karma is, it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to follow you depending on that. And that's the thing about karma. The thing is, we have to know that
I told you that. It's a cosmic thing. That's why in the Bible, when they told you it's angels at every corner of the earth, they meant that. But you've never been to the east. You've never been all the way to the east end of the planet. They got you in this little bowl with an ice wall around it. It got you thinking you on Earth. We got all them continents behind the ice wall of Antarctica, nigga, that you ain't never seen. We surrounded by 2 ice walls. Because there's one around us, and then it's laying on that side of the ice wall, and our other brothers and sisters that's on the other side of the ice wall, they got an ice wall around them too. And there's more of us on the other side of that one. That's our true planet map. And where we at, we on one landmass surrounded by water. That's why I told niggas, you ain't gotta fly nowhere to get to Africa. You can reach Spain on land. You can reach the Congo from right here in America with 3 motherfucking Ks, nigga. On foot, nigga, if you wanted to. You ain't gotta cross no water. Them are lives that keep you from the cosmic you. You the creator, you God. And you wanna walk around today with a motherfucking suit on with some bunny ears on your goddamn head talking about Jesus rose, nigga. He rose and did what? What has Jesus ever did for black people? Fuck, what you mean repent or go to hell? Nigga, we already in hell, nigga. I ain't gotta repent for shit. I ain't did shit. I just got here, nigga. What y'all mean repent anyway? Nigga, we based on religion. We already based on religion. We was born in sin. Nigga, how? We just got here, nigga. How the fuck the baby born in sin? The baby innocent. The baby the most innocent motherfucker in the hospital when they get here. How the fuck the baby born in sin? Type of shit is this? And we accepted it. And you good house Negroes kill me. Good ass house Negroes.
When you're born, you have to take the sole of your feet. They put ink up under it, and then they make you put the sole of your feet on a piece of paper. So you automatically sell your soul. So parents are selling their children to the corporations. Corpse means dead. So you're selling them to these dead corporations as soon as they're born. Then they tag them with a number. This number is literally a trust TDA account where there's millions and millions and millions of dollars at that you can never ever tap into, because the moment you tap into it, that means you got your freedom. We should not be working. We should not be having to pay taxes. This is our land. We are not civilians here, and we're not citizens. This is our land. We was here first. But you got the $5 Indian, the way they came in, and they act like it was this big old slave trade. And I mean, it's a whole lot of propaganda of stuff that they put inside of our faces that really didn't happen. But when you're dealing with a people that have severe amnesia through trauma experiences that we've been experiencing, and you keeping us doped up on pharmaceutical medicines, you keeping us doped up on GMO foods, you keeping us doped up on herbicides, pesticides, you keeping the hertz and the frequencies of our brain limited from the clothes we put on our, like, we don't realize what these clothes even do to our emitting of electrical magnetic energy. When you put a people under hypnosis, you can tell them anything and they will believe anything. And they can sit up here and these truths that I'm speaking today, the people that sleep and haven't came out of their slumber, they will call me a quack, they'll call me a liar, they say this nigga out of his mind. But the whole time I'm speaking actual facts and truth, but they can't relate to it because these are the people that's been sedated, that's in this indoctrination or have been put to sleep.
That the sun actually empowers us. The sun should kill us too. The sun is an actual solar weapon. We shouldn't even be able to take that sun, y'all. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of beings. It's a lot of beings, y'all. It's a lot of beings. It's a whole lot of beings on different planets that cannot take the sun at all. The Pleiadians can't take the sun. There are entire different, and the Pleiadian race is an advanced extraterrestrial race that look just like human beings, and they can't take the sun. The reptilians, powerful as fuck, and they can't take the sun. That's why they got to shapeshift into human beings. And then they still spend most of their time living in caves and underground. The reptilian race, they can't take the sun. See what I'm saying? The insectoids. That's an extraterrestrial race. They're like tall ass praying mantis. The insectoids. It's an actual extraterrestrial race. They can't take the sun either, nigga. You feel me? The Greys, the Zeta Greys, which is when you think of alien, you think of a Zeta Grey because they always showed us Zeta Greys, right? They had us thinking the Zeta Greys were the only aliens, right? They never went into the different species and all of that, right? Because they didn't want us to know anything about the cosmos, right? The Zeta Greys, they one of the most intelligent species throughout the whole multiverse, and they ass can't even take the sun. That's why they got on a gray jumpsuit. That when you see the alien, the gray face with the black eyes, that's an actual space suit.
Let's do it again. I am breaking down The Matrix for you. No, not this movie, but the reality that we live in. But the movie did explain a lot that goes on in this world today. Think of this world as like a computer. There are systems that control and program us to be efficient in this world. These programs make the world go round. The laws, the systems, the everything, the jobs. In the movie The Matrix, they had these people who were called agents who cover up everything that happens that makes people wake up. So when people like me say The Matrix, we mean this people who sit around in a circle who control everything that happens around this planet. The Matrix is an understanding of being controlled. People who understand that the thoughts of people are not their own, but instead of the 6 corporations that actually run what you see. Money is not real, it's just the belief that you give it power over everything that you have to purchase in order to survive. Our food isn't even real anymore. Things we consume are killing us, literally. Time only exists because you care about it. Everybody is being distracted. Nobody is really paying attention to what's going on with the world. People who are blinded and don't see what's happening only care about what is told to them. People don't care about corruptions. People don't care about what they consume. People don't care about anything. So we call it The Matrix because it's blindsiding. To stay in the mindset that takes everything away from you to make you not human anymore, to make you a robot, to make you follow orders. So when people say the word Matrix, understand that the people who say that are seeing things from a different perspective of the way this world is. Y'all be safe. Alright, let's do it again. More to the story than they tell us. In TikTok, this video is fake.
Do not mess with the Gullah Geechee. They'll actually put a stone or block in her mouth to keep her from talking. There's actually books written where they were so frightened of them, the women especially, because they practiced this communal protectionism that if a sound that came out of her mouth, it meant your death. And so when we say voodoo is not a game, it is just a knowing of how the universe works better than some people to a certain extent.
And do you want to know what's kind of funny to me? Y'all know that tongue clicking? That was an actual language, a very, very high vibrational one. It is a language in South Africa that is going extinct. Why? Because they were killed by colonizers for speaking that language. And she also states that they would get beaten up by white men if they were caught speaking their own language. I really want y'all to recognize how powerful speaking is. Like I say, if you ever just hug somebody and they talk, you can hear their voice in their chest. If you touch the back of somebody who's talking, you can feel the vibration going through their body. Your body is listening to you. Do you know how powerful we had to be for them to be able to want to be on the verge of killing us, putting rocks inside of our mouths so we couldn't speak? Y'all gotta recognize that creating vibration within your mouth is very powerful. The English language that we speak doesn't even create any type of vibration to enhance the rate of our communication. This is the lowest form of speaking. Just a little hint though. Y'all stay dangerous. More information on my YouTube.
Or movies that expose the truth about reality. They always put the truth in plain sight, and especially movies. So watch to the very end and see which movie has the most truth in it. For number 1, we got They Live. This movie is about a man that was able to put on shades and see life for what it truly was. This also represents waking up and seeing the world for what it actually is. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this shit is true but scary at the same time. Leave a like on this video if you already feel like you're wearing these glasses. And you know I had to include The Matrix. This movie reveals that most people are living in a false reality full of lies and control. And everybody can either wake up to the truth or stay asleep. But if you decide to wake up, you'll see how corrupt the world truly is. And most people don't even know.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
This movie also talks about being the chosen one, because all the chosen ones are different and have special gifts. Comment chosen if you feel like you're the chosen one. Next, y'all, we got Avatar. First, it reveals the concept of traveling to different worlds and taking the form of an avatar. And you do the exact same thing every time you dream. And if you look in the mirror, you are your own avatar that you customize every single day. Now, the director of this movie said that your imagination creates reality. So the world that he created was an example of how powerful your imagination is. And since he brought it to reality, that proves that you can do the same thing. And last but not least, y'all, we got Doctor Strange. This movie shares the importance of going within yourself to unlock your full potential. And separating from your ego is the key to unlocking this potential. But not everybody believes that it's there.
There is no such thing as spirit.
But once you open your mind and tap in with yourself, you realize how powerful you truly are. And that's when you become aware to all the possibilities life has to offer.
Truth about aliens. These are currently all the alien species that are living on this planet. And for the people that are like, nah bro, aliens don't exist bro, no way, aliens cannot live on this planet bro, only we're here bro, how come we don't see none of these aliens? Bro, you are deeply brainwashed and you're lost, my friend, if you think that we're the only people that are living here. And for the people that are melanated beings, meaning Africans, Mexicans, and natives, you are Anunnaki gods. If you have melanin in your skin, you are an Anunnaki god. And most of y'all don't know most of these aliens that are up here on the screen, but I know most of y'all are aware of the Zeta Gray and the reptilians. And I'm going to talk about them since that's the most that people know about. But before I get into those two alien species, let's talk about the Anunnaki gods. So if you don't already know, bro, it's already scientifically proven, bro, that we've been here longer than the earth. And the sad truth is that melanated beings are Anunnaki gods, and people, they are not. They're also aliens, but they are not from this planet, and we are not one. So if you hear the spiritual people talking about whites and blacks are all one and we're all connected, they're telling you bullshit and they're lying to you. We are not one and we never will be. And Martin Luther King is the perfect example of that. He literally tried to transcend with y'all, evolve with y'all, and what happened? He got killed. And before he died, he said, I have made a mistake. Malcolm X was trying to tell him, but he was being fucking hard-headed and he was also a Freemason. We must understand that we will never be one and we will never be connected if we don't even know where we come from. How can we be connected when we're not from the same fucking place, bro? That doesn't make any sense. But like I was saying, bro, it's literally scientifically proven that we've been here longer than the earth. It's scientifically proven that us Anunnaki gods have been here for 9 billions of years. And the earth has only been here for 4 billion. Like, come on now. Clearly that means that we come from another planet, which we do. And this is our second planet, bro. Rashad Jamal talks about this too. He gets even deep about why we created this planet and all that shit. So go check him out. And reptilians are definitely real and there's been many sightings of them, including celebrities. Alright, but now let's talk about reptilians. They are definitely real, bro. They are shapeshifters, meaning that they can transform into anything. They can transform into humans or whatever they want. They just got to change their frequency and vibration to it. I know people in my personal life that have seen reptilians that were literally humans. They shapeshifted into a reptilian and they leave their human suit. There was once even an occasion where hundreds and hundreds of people claimed that they seen Justin Bieber turn into a reptilian. But that's for a different video. Not just that Bieber incident, but there's been many incidents where they've seen their eyes change, literally shapeshift, and their pupils change. On live TV with many celebrities, and I can name so many.
9 numbers in the universe. 9 numbers.
10 is actually 1 plus 0, that's 1. Zeros are placeholders. That's a man-made creation. Creator's language is math. There's only 9 numbers in the universe, 1 through 9. The numbers have a resonance, a frequency, a deep sacred geometry. And that this 3, 6s, and 9s is special, or very special. Who said that? How about last century's greatest genius? Not Einstein, Nikola Tesla. Tesla taught his students John Keeley and Royal Raymond Rife and others. If humanity only knew the powers of the 3, 6s, and 9s, it would be a completely different universe. Not just world, universe, said Tesla. The alphanumerics, alphabet numbers, alphanumerics of the English language, 1 through 26. But we talked about earlier, there's only 9 numbers, so you've got to use the Pythagorean mystery school math method of reducing the double digits into the single digit integers. So you take 1 through 9, 10 is 1 plus 0, that's 1, 11 is 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 8. And then he took the words faith, trust, and God. Oh wow, isn't that interesting, he noted. They're all 8s, the infinity sign, God's number. 9 is completion. Now you might say, oh well, that's nothing fancy, there's nothing, you know, it's just interesting, but it doesn't prove anything. Here you go. In the Bible, the Creator never adds or subtracts, always multiplies. So you take the multiples of 8s. Now imagine you were God for a minute. Just use your imagination. Rockefeller, Rothschild, cartel. That they deceived the wealthiest men of all the nations and practiced sorcery. The root word of sorcery is pharmacopoeia. Pharmaceuticals is the root word of sorcery. And they cast magic spells to do it. It says that's exactly what the hypnosis machines called a television are. Casting magic spells, indoctrinating people into the cult, into the deceptions. Thank you to the Rockefeller cartel, operating on behalf of the royalty of Europe and the banksters of Europe that are running Carnegie and Rockefeller Institutes and Foundations. The fundamental mathematics of this starts with the whole note in music, reflecting the whole cosmic system. Now imagine you were God for a minute. Just use your imagination. And you were all that was. Boring. You'd be bored. Moreover, think about this for a second. If you were all it was, if you expanded yourself as, let's say you were God, in all directions to infinity, in all directions, massive outward growth and beyond, until there was nothing else but you, there would be nothing else but you. That means everything and nothing is the same. Same. It's all in that one symbol. That's what that symbol represents. Now, the shortest distance between 2 points, the Creator and you, is a straight line. So you divide that, now you've got the rudimentary 8, which is the infinity sign on its side. You see 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, it's all Masonic, it's all architecture, it's all sacred geometry, it's all the buried mathematics. Now flip this up, look, you flip this one up here, flip this one down here, now you got your X. That's how you came up with your X's, which are actually also alphanumerically the 6s, which I shared with you, is a symbol. Like you see how divide the 8 in half, you got your 3. But you also have this 6 here, which you cut off a little piece here, you got your 6, which represents the spiraling down from heaven to manifest into earth. And 9's the opposite, completion, going back up, rejoining Creator in the wholeness of heaven. That's the sacred understanding underlying our most fundamental.
I'm only soft when I like somebody. The rest of y'all get this gangster shit, bitch.